Hello, welcome to my channel. I thought we'd continue with my slow speed Delta drill press tapping machine. We're gonna try to make it a tapping machine. I think we'll be successful, but the first thing is to try to, well, I need to get this running first. Off camera, I took the motor off, pulled this off. That's what the motor was mounted on. That needs to be cleaned up. There's a few things really messed up with this motor. When I measured the shaft where it was wobbling around, it must have been running for a while for an aluminum pulley to wear a steel shaft down. It's a 625 shaft, a 5/8 shaft, and it's worn down to about 600, 595. It's really worn. And I don't know if you can see this, but the whole thing moves in and out. I don't think that's good. I don't ever remember a motor doing that. But I looked up on vintagemachinery.org. I found one of these. It's the manufactured year is, it just said 1930s question mark, and it showed the base. Here, look at this base. This is how I think you could tell this is from the 1930s, this round base here. Having trouble getting this thing off. I've been WD-40ing it and pounding on it. I got it to spin now, but this round base, they changed that in the 1940s. I think late 1930s. And they have a square or rectangle base. Well, that's what I read anyway. Yeah, this thing is really bad. I didn't measure it, but here, I got some calipers somewhere. Right here. That's 700 thousandths. 720,000. That thing almost wallowed out an 1/8 of an inch. But like I said, I bought a new one. It came the other day. That's basically what I done all week instead of doing what I was supposed to. A brand new one. Actually, I think this was a returned one. I got a discount for buying this. It said new, returned, or something. Oh, I see. This bottom pulley is bent a little bit. I could straighten that out. I got like a 20% discount. That's okay. That being like that. It doesn't have a wallowed out ID. Nope. 625. So that's taken care of. I never used one of these belts before, but I think it's called a link belt, because I don't know how long all these pulleys have to be, or belts have to be, V-belts. So I thought I'll try these. If it don't work, I'll buy a real one, a size, a certain length. But I think this will work. At vintagemachinery.org, there was a photo, I got a screenshot of the original motor. It was a 1/3 horse, 1725 RPMs, a 110 volt single phase motor. And I mean, that's what this is, but I found another one in my junk pile on another drill press I have, and it's in excellent condition. So I'll use that and put this on the side until someday I want to look in there and see what's moving around. Anyway, what I thought we'd do today was try and take some of this apart and try to understand it. I've never really taken a spindle apart on a drill press, and I thought with the cameras rolling, this would be a good time to take it apart and try to get an understanding of this. Let's do that. You know, before we get into taking this apart, there's a little bit of channel news I have to talk about, and that would be another sticker for the board. And this one is from Ed at EC Workshop. It is a pretty nice heavy-duty sticker. Let's get over to the board and stick it on there. Okay, Ed, we're going to put your sticker right underneath mine. Perfect spot. That way when anybody looks at yours, they're going to see mine. That is one good looking sticker. Ed has a channel. He's a hobby machinist. He also works on wood, plastic, metal. He does it all. If you want to see him in action, EC Workshop. Now let's get back to work. I think we'll start with the easy stuff first. I think I'm just going to take that off down here. Like I said, I've never really taken one of these apart. Really, one of the things I want to see, this thing moves in and out, up and down, and it seems to be keyed here or pinned. If you see, there's a slot right there. And then there's a pin right here. Sometimes it spins. When the pulley is spinning, that pin slips into that little slot and it moves up and back. I can't seem to make it do that right now, but when it was up on the stand, I was able to manipulate that. That's one of the things I want to see what the heck's going on. I'm going to take the simple stuff off first, of course. I don't know how that chuck comes off. Normally there's a place for a wedge and you could pop that out, but it's not on there. Let's pull this off. Let's tap on this. See if I can get this off. Wrong size. Wrong size. That spring has sprung in there. Hopefully it's not busted, it just come off the thing that holds it in place. We'll find out momentarily. And it's broke. Broke right in the middle. There's like 1, 2. There's 2 full diameters. Let's put everything in here. Otherwise, I'll start losing it. I think with that out, I'll be able to take that spindle out. Should have done that first. See what I mean? How this goes up and back. I don't know if you can see that going into the slot. The key on both sides. There's a set screw. Set screw on this side. We'll take that out. I don't have a wheel puller. Let's see what I can come up with. I guess you just need the right hammer. And don't lose that. You don't want to lose this into the tray. You know, I have given some thought about making a new spindle like this. This must have another set screw or something. You know? That upper piece, how it was moving up and back. You can see from the marks on here that it had moved. It created a flat, that set screw, for about 3/4 of an inch, which was about how much this thing was moving. But I thought about making a new spindle part so I can get rid of this chuck and make it one solid piece. I bet you I bet I have enough here enough room on this lathe to create this, a larger one, so it would clamp right on to my tapping head. Instead of a chuck, what I mean is make one like this, but make it so my tapping head fits right on here the same way. I have to look at that. I have to move some of this stuff. Clear the table and get this off. Looks easy enough. The tapping head. This feels like a piece of drill rod for some reason. It's nice and smooth. $6.25. Go buy a piece of 5/8 drill rod. Get a piece 2 foot long. Cut a slot in it. And connect it. Pin everything. So it's like one piece. Just like this. I have a feeling this is pinned on here somewhere. This is a Jacobs chuck. Jacobs chucks have been around for a long time. I researched it at one time. But anyway, that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to get a piece of 5/8 drill rod and try and fasten it, pin it to the drill rod. That's $7.50. I bet you I can turn this down to 5/8 and make a collar that goes over both. Pin them. 2 pins in each side. 2 in here, 2 in there. Okay, let's continue. Let's get this off of there. Let me get more stuff off this table. When it comes off, it comes off. Yeah, that was just press fit in there with this bearing. That bearing actually feels really good. But then there was 2 other bearings inside the spindle housing. This is on a spindle. Or on bearings, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to wash this whole thing up in some mineral spirits and clean it all up. It wasn't as hard as I thought, But whenever I take something apart that I've never messed with before, I'm a little leery about taking everything apart. It's like, what am I going to break? Need to clean this up with mineral spirits too. Looks in good condition. The letter A from Delta. It looks like they ground that off. Somebody did. And then they drilled and tapped a bunch of holes. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, I guess I have to soak all this stuff. There's one more thing I want to do before I call this a wrap, and that's to clean up the pole, the stand. And I wanted to do that, or at least test the theory. I wanted to do that on my mini lathe. Let's do that. All right. I want to take this, put it in my mini lathe, and clean it up. I want to use this as it's spinning. Most people would say, how the hell are you going to get that in to your mini lathe? You have to stick around to watch. I don't know if everybody remembers when I built this steady rest. It's a steady rest from a lot bigger machine. But I believe this machine will grab 2 3/4 inches. And that steady rest will hold 2 3/4. I believe if I remove this, place my steady rest on the end, I should be able to hold it. Yeah, it'll be sticking out, but I think it'll be strong enough to hold it. And the way I geared this machine down, it goes a lot, probably 10 times slower than any mini lathe out there. Let me give you a quick view of how this stuff is all set up, just in case you haven't seen it. Let's do that. Inside the head, there's gears. That's what this is hooked up to right here, high, low. So there's a pulley that goes from here down to this shaft to this 7-inch pulley. The 7-inch pulley goes down to the variable speed pulley. Variable speed pulley goes down to the motor. The power to the machine is down here. It's this switch. It lights up when it's on. This switch, this goes from forward to reverse. And this actually turns the motor or the power onto the motor. But all of these have to be on first. Power's onto the machine. Send forward, power to the motor. It doesn't run. That's because it's in neutral. I have a high-low gear on this. High, low, and neutral in the middle. If I turn it on now, I believe that's as slow as it can go. I have to look down here because I did not put an indicator on there yet. It appears as it's as slow as it can go. Like I said, that was as slow as it can go in low gear. I thought I'd show you, it also goes in reverse by switching this. neutral, reverse, neutral, forward. And of course the high-low gear, neutral, neutral. I have everything in neutral, so when I'm messing around with it, I could even turn off the power to the machine down there. Okay, so that's how I set this thing up to make it go a lot slower and to adjust my speeds. Now let's see if I can get this thing to work. Seems to be tight. Okay. Power on. Forward. In gear. Okay, I'm not going to make you watch this whole thing. What I'm going to do is I just really want to test this abrasive wheel. I bought these a long time ago to take paint off of my deck. But from what I understand, it'll make this look pretty good too. Let's do that. You won't find too many mini lathes that can do this. I think that is beautiful. I'll do this whole side, flip it around, and do the other side. I think this video is coming to an end. I just wanted to show you, I think I wanted to show off my mini lathe and show you how I'm going to clean this pole up. But Ed, here's your sticker right in the middle where it belongs. And I'm gonna clean this up, and I guess I'm gonna have to say until next time, enjoy.